Hey, welcome back. Let's talk about quiet signs that you've outgrown your life. Outgrowing your life rarely announces itself with fireworks. More often, it arrives softly through pauses, sighs, and subtle shifts that you can't unsee once you notice them. Here's what it really looks like. Your old wins don't excite you anymore. The goals you once chased so hard now feel, well, complete, checked off. You're proud of yourself, genuinely, but the dopamine hit is gone. This isn't ingratitude, it's just evidence that the version of you who needed those wins has already been satisfied. You're in that complete moment. So you're not failing to celebrate it, but you're evolving past what once defined success for you. Another way you can tell that you've outgrown your life is that you feel restless even when things are good. And it really sounds a little suspicious when you say it like that, but from the outside, your life just makes sense. You're stable, it's respectable, logical, but internally, there's just like a low hum of discomfort. Not panic, not total dissatisfaction, just a quiet tension that says there's more than this. There is more than this. There's so much more that you can be doing or seeing. And this restlessness is just information for you to act on. It's your intuition recognizing that comfort has turned into containment. Conversations you once loved feel repetitive at this point. You start noticing how often the same topics circle the room, the same complaints, the same gossip, the same unexamined beliefs, and you don't judge it. You're just over it. You've outgrown it. And you want conversations that stretch you, that ask better questions, that challenge you, and those questions that imagine new possibilities instead of rehearsing like old wounds. So you may also notice you've stopped explaining yourself to people. Not because you don't care, but just because you finally trust yourself. You don't need to justify why you want different things now. You don't need to buy in from people who aren't coming with you. You just understand that growth doesn't require consensus. It just requires you in a made-up mind. Your calendar feels heavier than your heart. Your days are full, but your spirit feels empty. You look at your schedule and you just realize I'm spending more time maintaining a life than actually living it. And outgrowing your life often starts at calendar fatigue. There are too many obligations that reflect who you were, not who you are becoming. Another sign that you've outgrown your life is you fantasize about simplicity, not escape. You're not dreaming of running away, you're dreaming of just alignment. Less noise, less performative busyness, more intentional choices. This isn't laziness, it's just discernment. And again, where you have grown into your new person. I always would joke with friends that I would be happy if I became a hermit in the forest. I had access to the common in the modern amenities, but at the end of the day, I just would retire into my little hut in the forest and tend to my plants. Have Wi-Fi, I gotta have Wi-Fi, but just have a simplistic way of living. And I think a lot of people can really relate to that, especially in today's world. Another way that you can tell that you've outgrown where you are currently is you feel protective of your time in a new way. You're no longer impressed by packed schedules or constant availability. You guard your mornings, you guard your time, you hesitate before saying yes. I was guilty of this anytime something just sounded remotely interesting to me. I was like, oh yeah, let's fit it in, let's do it. And then comes the calendar fatigue I was talking about before. You notice how certain people, tasks, and environments drain you, and time has stopped being something that you have to fill. It's something that you steward and you just enjoy, especially when you have free time to yourself. I would say this next one is a little bit, maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but you're grieving a version of yourself that you once needed. And this grief is like a gentle grief, almost tender. You honor the you who survived, who pushed, who adapted and endured. And you quietly acknowledge that that person can rest now. You're outgrowing your life means releasing identities that kept you safe, but you can't, that persona that you had, it can't take you further than this exact point. And it's okay because again, we're people, we grow. We have seasons where, you know, sometimes you're surviving, other times you're thriving. And you just thank the person that you were and you continue growing from there. You also may notice misalignment faster. Your body reacts before your mind can rationalize it. You have a tight chest, heavy shoulders, sudden exhaustion. You no longer override these signals. You know, your nervous system it's become an early warning system for you, and you're finally listening to it. After all this time, you're understanding how your body and your mind connect when people are asking things of you. Another sign is that you're not angry, you're complete. There's no dramatic fallout, there's no big betrayal, no burning of bridges. There's just a calm, undeniable just knowing that, you know, this was an era, and now this era is closing, and a new era will begin. The chapter has run its course, and that might be the clearest sign of all, quite honestly. And what this season is asking of you now that you're closing that chapter, outgrowing your life doesn't mean you need to blow everything up. It just is asking you now, who are you in this space? Get honest about what no longer fits for your life. Create space before forcing clarity. Clarity is just going to have to come to you in time. There is nothing that you can just sit down. It's just going to have to come naturally to you. So create the space for it. Let endings be quiet. It doesn't have to be this whole big thing. And then just trust the pause. It is okay. At that point, you don't need a 5-year plan yet. You need the room to just hear yourself again and see what the next chapter is going to bring for you. And enjoy the space that you're in at this point. The place where your old life gently loosens its grip and something truer begins to take shape. You are just early in your next chapter. Enjoy the fresh page that you have. All right, so that's all I have for you today. Today's affirmation: I trust myself when something no longer fits, even before I know what comes next. Whew, that is a word right there. So, hi, my name is Moni. Welcome to my little corner of the internet where I bring you videos centered around rebuilding a life that you want to live, not escape from. This channel includes videos around entrepreneurship, being a nonprofit professional, chronicling my travels, and just daily life in general. Check out the channel page for more content. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.